Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 10. I'm Amanda Rowley, where we are going to give you the most news you can get here in less time. Now we begin tonight with breaking news. A person was reportedly stabbed near the Monroe Street Bridge in downtown Spokane. Spokane police responded to these reports just after 8 tonight. Police say the victim was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Right now, they are searching for a suspect. This is a developing story and we'll continue to bring you updates as we learn more. Now on to another developing story out of Wallace, Idaho. Falling ground at the Galena Mine struck a miner and killed them. KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk is in Wallace tonight with the latest.
The name of the miner killed has not been released, and operations here at the Galena Mine have been suspended tonight. Authorities say the accident happened during routine operations Tuesday afternoon. The miner was struck by falling ground or an unexpected release of rock. The Galena Mine is owned by America's Gold and Silver, and according to our news partners at the Shoshone News Press, the mine had not seen a fatality since 2010, and this accident marks the first mining-related death in the county since 2014. In a statement, America's Gold and Silver president and CEO Darren Blasutti said, "We are shocked and saddened by this tragic loss. Our thoughts and prayers are with the family, friends, and coworkers of our employee." He went on to say their primary focus is supporting those involved and working to fully understand the circumstances that led to this event and to prevent it from happening again in the future. Galena Mine says it's working closely with the Mine Health and Safety Administration to determine just exactly what went wrong here. Reporting in Wallace, Idaho tonight, Kyle Simchuk, KREM 2 News.
Now we continue our coverage here tonight. Car debris is still on the ground in Coeur d'Alene in a Coeur d'Alene parking lot, marking a shooting that happened Friday. Today, police are still patrolling the area as investigators determine what exactly happened. KREM 2's Janelle Finch was in Idaho earlier today, and she breaks down what we know right now.
Coeur d'Alene police are reviewing surveillance video of the Silver Lake parking lot and doing interviews. CDA officers are keeping a close eye on where the crime occurred. One officer says a woman thanked him for his presence in the parking lot because she was nervous about shopping after the shooting. That shooting happened Friday when 74-year-old James Dean allegedly shot 30-year-old Shane Brown outside of Michael's. Witnesses told KREM 2 about the moments they heard shots ring out.
I heard what sounded like just a bunch of commotion and then super loud shots like a gun or fireworks and louder than I've ever heard before. And immediately I just turned back around and just ran towards my car and ducked in front of it because I didn't know what was going on at that point.
What was going on, according to CDA police, was Dean believed Brown was robbing his vehicle. Police say Dean confronted the suspected robber and pulled out a handgun. Then Brown got into another vehicle and drove toward Dean, putting him on the hood of the car. That's when Dean fired several shots at Brown. The 30-year-old died at the scene. Dean was taken to the hospital for treatment for his injuries. His condition is unknown at this time.
Quite sad, and I hope he's going to be okay.
Police say they are processing the vehicles involved.
Now, we spoke to the Kootenai County prosecutor about next steps for the alleged shooter. He told us he's not received the case yet because the investigation is still ongoing. We will continue to bring you the latest as this story develops. And a tough day of testimony in the Vallow murder trial. A detective with the Rexburg police described in detail the state of Vallow's children when they were found. Photos of their autopsies were also shown. This caused the judge to order a 15-minute pause to give everyone a break from the graphic evidence. Right after that testimony, Vallow's attorney asked to waive her presence in the courtroom, citing her fragile mental state. The judge denied that request, saying her presence is required to ensure a fair trial. And tonight, the Coeur d'Alene School District Board of Trustees voted to accept a bathroom policy that reflects a new Idaho law, one that requires public school students to use restrooms aligning with the gender they were assigned at birth. The new law takes effect July 1st. Schools are expected to make reasonable accommodations, such as single occupancy bathrooms for students unwilling to use a restroom designated for men or women only.
I mean, kids should not be subject to having boys come into their bathrooms or locker rooms. I've heard numerous testimonies of people suffering that kind of abuse, and it's totally wrong. We should protect our children.
The policy accepted at tonight's meeting will likely be formally approved in May. That's also when the board will allow public comment. And now to Night Beat with a quick look at the day's top stories. The Lakeland Joint School District Board of Trustees voted on their new gender identity policy. Our news partners at the Coeur d'Alene Press report their policy will also align with Idaho's bathroom bill. Their new policy says any discussion between students and teachers about gender identity, sexual orientation, and gender expression will be prohibited. The new policy will first go through a trial period and legal review before being fully implemented. And the Spokane County Sheriff's Office is looking for 2 missing teens out of Spokane. They were both last seen on Friday when they walked away from a treatment center. This first girl here is 16-year-old Myanna Lewis. She was last seen on Friday. She has brown hair and brown eyes and is from Tacoma, Washington. She was last seen wearing Nike shoes, sweatpants, and a t-shirt. This second missing girl is 14-year-old Charlotte Jurassic. She was last seen wearing a gray hoodie, plaid pajama pants, and tennis shoes. Both girls are not from the Spokane area. If you believe you have seen either girl, you are urged to contact the Sheriff's Office with the number there on your screen. A former Liberty Lake police officer is facing 3 counts of witness tampering and placed on administrative leave for an incident that happened last summer. According to Liberty Lake Police, last August, Officer Michael Marroquin and his partner went to break up a fight. After taking over the investigation, the officers made no arrests or written reports. Marroquin was arraigned last week. His trial is expected to begin in late June. And that was your Night Beat. To learn more about any of these stories, just text the word NIGHT to 509-448-2000 and we'll send them right to your phone. Shifting to weather now, we saw an unusual mix of weather in the inland Northwest today. We started the day with a little bit of sunshine and even saw a few moments of snow. So let's check in with meteorologist Michelle Boss to find out what else is in store. Hi, Michelle.
Hi. Well, it's a lot quieter out there right now. The precipitation has moved on, but now with clearing skies, those temperatures are really starting to cool down. It wasn't particularly warm this afternoon, and it's going to be pretty chilly tonight and actually for the next several mornings. So let's look at satellite and radar, and you can see the area of showers that moved through earlier this afternoon. Those have since moved on and pretty clear here in eastern Washington and North Idaho right now. We do still have some flood advisories for those areas shaded in green, including portions of Ferry, Stevens, and I believe the northern portions of Spokane County. Even though the rain has let up, there is still some snow melt going on, and 1 to 3 inches of rain fell in this area over the last couple of days. So there is some minor flooding going on in those areas. Temperatures right now in the upper 30s in Spokane, just a couple degrees above freezing in Sandpoint and Coeur d'Alene, still in the lower 40s in Moses Lake, 46 in Lewiston. Luckily, the winds have died down. We don't expect it to be a windy day tomorrow. We're going to clear skies tonight, sunny start to tomorrow, but we could still see some isolated showers tomorrow afternoon and Thursday afternoon. Temperatures the next 3 days will be below average with overnight temperatures down around freezing.
Meantime, the Stevens County Board of Commissioners has issued an emergency declaration due to flooding in the county. Now, according to the Director of Emergency Services, rain and snow melt runoff has caused some public roads and fire stations to close. Right now, officials are reporting damage to county and private roads. They're also warning of damage to property and threat to life if more action isn't taken. We'll continue to keep you updated as we track that. Happening tomorrow, WashDOT crews are closing lanes along U.S. Highway 195 near Pullman. Now, the lane closures will start at 7 in the morning and reopen around 4 p.m. The roads will be reduced to single lanes both directions, so WashDOT says to expect delays. During the closure, crews will replace sensors at the weigh-in motion site. This allows commercial trucks to get weighed without having to stop. And the city of Moses Lake is home to some growing technologies and will soon be home to the world's largest factory for silicone battery materials. Group 14 Technologies out of Woodinville, Washington is building its second factory in Moses Lake to create battery activated materials. There's already huge demand for these battery products, but COO Eric Robinson says they're also looking to the future and increase popularity for clean electric technologies.
Everything from small consumer electronics like your earbuds, to cell phones, to EVs, and we even have people who are looking at doing airplanes out of these kinds of batteries.
The facility should be complete next year and will employ about 200 people.